Congratulations, everybody! You've made it this far in life. So reach around and give yourselves an atta-girl or an atta-boy. Go ahead, do it. You deserve it. And thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Bobby.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Marietta, for putting this all together. But as the great 21st century philosopher Woody Allen said, showing up is 80% of success. So reach over and give yourselves an atta-girl or an atta-boy on your other shoulder. And let's give a round of applause to Bobby and Marietta. I'm not blowing you a kiss, but this is thank you in sign language.
Oh, well, I'm catching the kiss anyway.
So why are we here, and what is it all about? My title is The New You in a World of Change. Have you noticed the world is changing? And we are coming closer together. How many of you have spent time with that great technological team, YouTube? How many of you have something on YouTube? How many of you have sent a YouTube message to somebody? Hey, look at this. Isn't this neat? Watch this dog as he laps the water. So we are doing this, and we are coming closer throughout the world. Yes, congratulations, because each one of you has come so far. And all the things that you've heard about today, yeah, they work. A lot of what you've heard about, I have done, and they work. I've been to a chiropractor since I was 4 years old. I was a student that could not walk across the room. I ran across the room and up the wall and across the ceiling and down. And my parents scratched their head and said, "What is with this kid?" And I couldn't read until the end of 3rd grade. I was nearsighted, farsighted, double vision. And so my parents believed, when nobody else believed, they believed in eye training. I threw my glasses away 40 years ago. And most people my age do wear glasses. I will be 75 in June. Go ahead, clap. That's all right. Go ahead. That's fine. I'll take it. Sure, why not? And I don't have any health problems. But I've had them. I've overcome all kinds of things. Arthritis, Lyme. Go ahead. Go down that list. But I've overcome most of them through naturopathic, kinesiology. I am an applied kinesiologist, and I feel very honored that I was able to study with Dr. George Goodhart, who created kinesiology. And I also have worked a lot with Paul Dennison, who created Brain Gym. Have any of you ever heard of Brain Gym? Well, we just heard from our speakers that so much is implanted in our brain and our body. And we have discovered in the alternative field and in Brain Gym and kinesiology that we can no longer do anatomy. We can no longer study the dead guy. That's what our whole medical field is based on. The dead guy. Learning how to take that cadaver and carve it all up and know what do we look like. When thousands and hundreds of years ago, there were people like Michelangelo and others who had the gift of being able to look at a person and know what's wrong. And that's what I basically teach, is body language, how you can look at a person and know what's wrong. You see, we have not been told that diseases take 10 to 20 years to develop. I'll say that again. The diseases take 10 to 20 years to develop. So what disease are you working on? It's important to know. If one side of your body is breaking down, that's a huge red flag. You see, when a person has a stroke, they don't just all of a sudden have a stroke. The left side of the body is the sodium side of the body. The right side is the potassium. So when a person starts to bump into things, let's say it's their left side, they're going to bump into things, turn their ankle, hurt their toe, maybe hurt their ribs, get a shoulder problem. We take a look at them and say, hey, he's missing potassium. He's missing zinc. Whatever it is, he's missing. We must balance the sodium with the potassium, the female and the male. We've heard this, but we don't really pay attention to it. So I'm going to ask you, if you know where your heart is, put your hand on it. I was speaking at Intermountain Hospital in Salt Lake City for their cardiology department, and they had not seen kinesiology. And the head of the department stayed throughout my 3 hours and came up to me afterwards and said, "Thank you so much for introducing me to a world I knew nothing about." Previous to that, we had talked about the fact in the program that people can have their hearts on their right. I had a little boy whose heart was sideways, and he had a big hollow in his chest. And the head of surgery, the doctor head of surgery, said, "I always feel sorry for the people who have to put their hands on the left when their heart is on the right." This is the most amazing hospital. They are the leader in the country for mechanical hearts. They have actually put mechanical hearts into people for 15 years, and they go back to work as a college professor or a real estate sales rep. It is amazing what is happening in the medical field, but it is also amazing what isn't happening in the medical field. And so you put your hand on your heart. Now I want you to put your hand on your pancreas. Go ahead, put your hand on your pancreas. And now put it on your liver. And now I want you to put it on your pubic bone. And why aren't you doing this? Let's do that again. Put your hand on your pancreas. Are you ready? Go. The liver. How about the kidney? Okay, the tailbone. Oh dear, we have a problem. We heard someone speak about breathing, and you know how important breathing is. And you also know about this much about body language. As you become practitioners and you learn a little bit more, you learn this much. And then you actually apply it, and you learn this much. When you take a seminar, maybe a brain gym course, one of our many courses, which we'll let you know about, you'll know this much. One of the things I want to do right now is burst your bubble. You think you know it. And when we begin to know a little bit, we think we know it. We don't. We need to keep studying. But most of all, we need to be better observers. We need to look at people. But too many of us are so busy thinking about what we're going to say when the other person shuts up that we aren't observers. We are not listening with our eyes. And when we listen with our eyes, we see very important parts of the body. And what's one of the most important parts of the body? The feet. Anybody do reflexology? So, what is your name? Gina? Jean. So Jean and I have met at a party, and we are standing with our feet mirroring the other person. And then Jean starts to stand like this. What is your name?
Elfriede.
What is it?
Elfriede.
Elfriede. Did I say it with an accent? Elfriede comes in, and she doesn't know anybody there. So she looks at the feet. And when she looks at the feet, she sees that we are speaking, but there's a foot sticking out. So she is going to come right into this little group, because who is ready to leave the group? Watch the feet. Very important. The top of your body is your mental portion, from the top of your head to your collarbone. That's where, when we watch a person, we get little leaks of mental ability. When it's the collarbone to the lower ribs, it's emotion. The hands, the arms, handshake. And remember to keep it upright. If you go like this, you want to be in control. If it's like this, the other person's in control. I always tell single women, shake hands with your date before you go out. Why else am I going to pop your bubble? Because you need to look at the whole body, not just the eyes, the whole head, the whole upper torso, the lower physical area. All of our physicality is down here. We heard about it. It's called digestion. The food pretty much digests in the intestines. And that's where it is absorbed and goes throughout our whole system. So if you're going to be the new you, you have to slap yourself in the face or something dynamic and say, I haven't been taking care of myself enough. I haven't been paying enough attention, because it is a very difficult job to take care of our human being. So we have many, many people who are working very hard, taking care of everybody else, leaning on everybody's shoulder, when in reality, we need to take a look at ourselves. You've tested out many different systems. You've seen them here tonight. We will give you some information on the programs that we do at Ridley Lowell Massage School if you're interested in anything like Brain Gym or whatever. I'm only a phone call away, and when the computer isn't hacked, it's not very far. Now, I cannot stand here and talk to you about body language if I don't give it to Bob. So come on down.
Come on down.
He's just learning about kinesiology, and the exciting part about the body is that we're just learning about the midsection. The fun parts in life are all down the middle of the body. And yet many of us go and we work out on the treadmill and we lift weights and we do all kinds of things that work the two sides of our body, but we forget about the middle of the body. And so we did a little experiment before, and Bobby's going to hold this the way women hold things. You've already had an introduction to kinesiology, but you need to start changing your body immediately. Okay, let's test your strength first, okay? Would you hold this, please? Thank you. And we're going to test and see if he's strong. What do you think? You think he's strong?
I think he's strong.
Yeah, so we're going to push his arm. Oh, a little weakness there. If you really are talking to the wrong person, you've had the wrong patient and client, things are not going well, take your hand, the front of the body is positive electricity, the back is negative. Take this and thump your thymus, and you'll give yourself quick energy. So we're just going to give you a little bit of energy because you need to be just a tiny bit stronger. Okay, ready? Go. Feel that? See that? Okay, now women, unfortunately, we hold things against our life organs, like this. You put your arm out, and I'm going to just push down, and he weakens immediately. So do, women, get rid of those suitcase-sized purses and start to hold things the way men do. Men do not walk into a business. I spend a lot of time in courtrooms watching people. I see lawyers come in, women lawyers, with big piles of paper, their purse, which is this size, and a cup of coffee. And they're walking into court like this, and they're going to represent you. What do women do with their bodies? I can't begin to tell you. I am beginning to tell you. So now we're going to see what happens when we hold things the way men do. Okay? Ready? Look at that strength. So women, get your stuff off your chest. By the way, this is a contributor to breast cancer. It weakens the whole immune system and everything drops. I've given you a few little tips today that you can use tomorrow. But we're all in this together. We're all of us, each one of us, on a journey to self-discovery. Speak, and you will be heard. Say something significant, and you will be remembered. Take action, and you will change. Change, and you will contribute to the world. Thank you.